What's up, guys? Sam here from Barprints, and I'm here with Marco Galindo from Mexico. And Marco is the creator, the owner, and frankly, in my mind, an absolute certified genius coming up with this particular bottle right here. Ninfa, Marco, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Let's start from the basics. Tell us a little bit about Ninfa and your company and what you're doing in Mexico.
Okay, well, I am lucky enough.
Excuse me while I take a sip, though, because this
yes,
is amazing.
that is so good. Well, I'm a normal guy from Mexico. I was lucky enough to be born in a family that was in the right place at the right time. We inherited a place in the mountains, a forest where this agave specifically grows. It's called agave maximiliana. Since I remember, both sides of my family has been doing or tequila or raicilla, and I fell in love with the making of the raicilla since the beginning, because it's such a thing that it's so rare and so special. Because as I tell my children, because they're small, is that we have to see this as a miracle, and we have to learn from the cultures before us of how they used to work with the product, the way that they will use all of the plant, they will use the leaves, they will use the thorns, they will use the bagasse to create from shoes to clothes to the walls and food from the inside of the membrane. So I tell them that we need to learn that it's impossible to be in the year 2019 and be less civilized than them. So I created this brand and La Dama Tequila to be able to make a little change in my community where I am from. There's a lot of issues, like you guys know, in Mexico about education and security and economy, but I think it's up to us to take something as beautiful that we can inherit and work with and do something good about it. So this is what we're doing.
No, that's amazing. Can you talk to me a little bit about the process with the agave in terms of the agave reproduction and the cultivation? You guys do a very, I guess it's a more traditional process. It's nothing about your operation is like, commercial, but I think it gives a certain uniqueness to your brand identity and the flavors. You were explaining with regards to you guys cultivate wild agave. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, well, wild agave, it's something really special because as a human, the only thing you can do is take conscience about it, because it's three things very important have to happen. First, you have to have the right species in your place. It has to the forest has to be well kept so that the animals that pollinate the agave can do their job. Then there has to be the right conditions for that seed to grow. Then the plant has to grow for many years, sometimes 13, 14 years. And then the only thing that you need to do is to be grateful and do a process that relates to the best of our abilities to create something special. So what we do is that we do a very hard-working process. Everything has to be done by hand. It's a very long process. It's very hard work. From taking the agave out from the mountain, only the amount that you can without breaking the circle of the pollination and the reproduction, which already dictates how much you can take. So that's also why the customer should understand that this type of products are in limited productions and that we need to be sustainable. And also as a customers, we have a responsibility, but the process is really special because it has to be done by hand, because our old guys, the old cultures that used to be in Mexico, especially in these areas, they understand that everything was connected in nature, from the dirt, what we do the ovens with, to the wood of the Mexican oaks, to the wild geese that we have in the forest, in the ambience, the bacteria that go into the wild spontaneous fermentation. It creates a very special spirit like you have tried, but it comes in very limited quantities, and that we hope people around the world can appreciate and understand and help us to preserve these traditions. La Dama is a collaboration between us and my family from Altos. These guys had been doing it for many years also, but when they saw what we were doing with Ninfa, they say, hey guys, let's collaborate because tequila right now is a big ecological problem. We took the wrong path somewhere 50 years ago, and we changed the process, and we also changed the way we see the plant. We only see it with numbers of money. We got controlled by other entities from other countries, so we need to take it back, and we need to do it the way it should be done, with an environmental conscience, but also with a social conscience.
Right. Because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Yesterday I spoke with your partner Martin, and he was telling me how much you guys do regarding sustainability and really making sure that you invest in the well-being of the people of the community, paying them 3 times what they normally would get to make sure you have the best quality product. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, it's very simple. When me and my dad and Martin that came later started devising the project, we were one of those people that were in that position at some point.
Yeah.
When I was little, we lived in a very small house and we were selling vegetables in the back of a truck. So my dad was privileged to study. I was privileged to study through very hard work, but we were privileged to study. And we got able to create something from nothing. And when you see these people that work in the fields, in Mexico there's 5.2 million people working in agriculture.
Yeah.
But the average wage in agriculture is around 8 to $10 per day. But if you have 3 kids and you have to choose what to do with those $8, it's not going to be education.
No.
So unfortunately, in the area where my uncles live and where I visit, and everywhere around Mexico, if you want to go to junior high, there's 11% probability you will go.
Oh, wow.
So what happens is that a lot of bad things happen around this.
No, of course.
And we know about them.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about them, but we know about them. And what we do is, the first thing is to be fair. It's not about to give. It's about to be fair.
No, of course.
Like, we're making this and we're selling, and the margins exist. And something that upset me when I was studying was why companies are not fair to the people. And that's something I questioned myself for years growing up. And now that I'm in this position that I can do something and that people can relate and love, I want to be fair to the people, but not only that. I want the kids to have the same opportunity that I have to study so they can help transform to a better future. So what we did is we took this inspiration from our ancient culture. We did a little science. We invested with some guys from the University of Guadalajara. We created a machine, and we're using all the agave waste to create the labels. Luckily, unfortunately, we finished all the bottles now. People have been drinking a lot, but I will show you the labels. They're made from the bagasse, but more importantly,
your bottles too are actually
made from the agave waste.
Right.
So
no, I mean the glass. The glass.
The glass is hand blown one by one by a family in Guadalajara, and it's made from glass that people throw on the street. So this family collects them and they bring it and they refund it and create our bottles. We're very proud about that. But also we have a program that's called a Dama Effect, which what we want to do is want to get all this waste, agave waste, that it's an ecological problem, and create books. So our goal this year is to create 100,000 books and give it to the kids in the community, because sometimes $5 to buy a book makes the difference to go to school.
Yeah.
So this is what the spirit of our project is all about. We're not here to make friends in the industry. We're here to tell our people that we need to do things differently, especially in high impacting things like tequila. We got to give the sample. The guys in the Raicilla, like my father, and the guys in the mezcal, they are doing the things the best they can. There's also problems in there, but we are 3% of the market. So we got to shake up this industry, especially in the tequila, and hopefully something good will come out of it.
Well, you're doing a great job with it. Just tell everybody where they can find you, get more information about Ninfa Raicilla.
Well, they can find us right now in some places in Europe. You can check it in Ninfa Raicilla or Tequila La Dama in Instagram, Tequila La Dama, ladamatequila.com, and ninfaraicilla.com, and you can check where we are. We're in a lot of very cool places with very appreciative people in Europe. So send us a message, and I hope you can try this soon.
Excellent. Marco, thank you so much for your time. Salud.
Salud.